What it is? Welcome to the We'll Get to It podcast.
Joe's sad.
I'm not sad. I'm just miserable. I'm your host, Joe. As you heard my name. You know who I am. You're 11 episodes deep. You know who I am.
There's 11.
Yeah.
It's Arek. It's me.
Yeah, it's Arek. All right. So if you've been following, you know what we're doing this week. So last week, right? Was that last week when we decided to do both at the same time?
Yes. Well, we kind of were planning on it.
No.
A little bit before then.
The original plan for me was we watch that one, talk about the bad one, and then we watch the Snyder cut.
Yeah, but then the Snyder cut came out quicker
Yeah, I didn't
than anticipated for.
I didn't anticipate how quickly it was going to come out, and how quickly we turned these things out.
Yes.
It didn't. There was a graph, and the graphs didn't line up.
Yeah. So last week we reviewed
Batman vs Superman,
the Ultimate Edition.
The Ultimate Edition, and basically we were watching every movie that led up
to the Snyder cut.
To not Snyder cut, Justice League.
The Snyder cut.
And then it turns out that there's two versions of Justice League because of reasons, and I'll get into those reasons right now.
Okay.
Yeah. So a little history. Justice League, when this was going down back in, let's say 2014.
Oh God, what?
Yeah. Immediately after Batman vs Superman ended, production started for Justice League. 2016.
Was 2016 this came out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense because I was in high school. It was my
that
senior
came
year.
out in
That was in my senior
high
year.
school?
Yeah, that was my senior year.
Oh no.
Yeah. So immediately after this movie ended production, they started production with Justice League, with Zack Snyder returning. This movie took a lot out of me, man.
For
Hold
context.
On, let me finish the history lesson, and then we'll jump.
Okay.
Into it. Yeah. We'll talk about the bad one first, then the old one, then the new one.
Well, we need to provide context for why we're destroyed right now.
Because we watched them yesterday. 6 hours.
We watched
both
back to back.
Yeah, both versions.
On my couch with a Domino's pizza pasta bread bowl.
Yeah.
And two large pizzas.
2 large pizzas. Do you still have pizza?
No.
Damn it. I was dreaming about that goddamn pizza.
Why?
I don't know.
Oh no. I felt good.
Yeah. So we're pretty wrecked emotionally.
I'm okay.
I'm wrecked emotionally.
Joe's pretty bad.
Yeah.
I was
before. To be fair though, I mean that's not his fault. It's like I'm already an emotional wreck.
I actually had a bad time sleeping.
Did
so
you?
when you left,
yeah.
I think it still took me like at least an hour and a half to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because I was having my asthma was acting up after that movie. It's fucking crazy, man.
The anti-life.
It was the anti-life in me.
Yeah, we'll get to that. So, immediately after Batman vs Superman ended, production for Justice League started.
Mm-hmm.
And, they were well into production when suddenly Zack Snyder, a personal tragedy befalled him.
Was it the thing with his daughter?
Yeah. I didn't want to mention that because it's a thing, whatever. Doesn't matter. But yeah, personal tragedy, and he walked away from the project. Allegedly. So there's some people who say he walked away. There's some people who said he got canned. There's a lot of stories, and
Yeah, I think I heard something about
they weren't happy with what they had.
Yeah, like he wasn't working as much or something. Like there was definitely a difference after.
And also I think the studio wasn't happy with, the reaction Batman vs Superman got.
Mm-hmm.
And he's all like, we kind of gave you free reign in that, and it's 44%.
Did they give him free reign in that?
I think as much free reign as you can give someone.
Because there's the Ultimate Edition of that movie.
Yeah, I think because that movie only really added on another half hour.
Yeah, which wasn't too bad.
So yeah,
and I don't know.
Yeah, that's a whole thing.
I never saw the theatrical cut of it, so
yeah, this one says 3 hours. That's not.
I think that's the theatrical cut of it, or not the theatrical, the
Ultimate Edition.
Ultimate, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, so what was I gonna say? So yeah, and they brought in Joss Whedon to basically redo the entire movie.
Yeah, which is insane.
All of it. But if you think about it, there's literally no major franchise has not had this happen, where there's a director that they bring in, and then they get rid of him because there's creative differences, and they bring in another guy.
Lord of the Rings.
What do you mean?
I don't know. Did they do that in Lord of the Rings?
They didn't do it. They did do that in Lord of the Rings. They did that in The Hobbit. Yeah.
Oh, Hobbit.
Yeah. They had Guillermo del Toro for a bit, and then they went. Actually, no. We kind of want to go back to Peter Jackson. He gets it.
Hey, PJ, come back.
Yeah, come back. Star Wars does this a lot. Mm-hmm. Marvel does this a lot too. The difference is they don't let production start and then fire them halfway through.
Yes. Yeah.
Star Wars Solo did the same thing.
Solo?
Yeah.
Who was it before?
It was the guys who did. It was Lord and Miller. That's their names. It was the guys who did the Lego Movie, Jump Street, 21 Jump Street.
Oh wow.
Bunch of other things. Yeah.
And then they canned him?
They were basically almost done with the movie. That's why that movie's so expensive. Because they did the same movie twice.
Wow, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That's bad.
That's bad. And then they brought in Ron Howard and he did his version of it. But yeah, I mean, it's not like uncommon that this happens. But I think with this one, the Snyder thing, Justice League thing, is that this is the first time where it's like people were so upset with the version that they got in theaters that they went, well, what's the real version? What was supposed to be this? And that kind of sparked this whole Snyder Cut movement.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been a movement that's been around for like 3 years now.
Yeah, because Justice League came out 2018.
Yeah, like around there. And even after that movie released, it was almost immediate. People were saying, well, what's this version? Like, because Zack Snyder on his on a social media platform that he likes, Vero or whatever.
Vero,
yeah.
Ew.
It's I don't know what it is.
Ugh.
I don't know what it is at all. Started going, well, this is some of the still images that I had for him, and basically showing, like, started fanning the fans, like, showing them, like, this is what mine would have been.
Hey.
This is what mine would have been.
It's in a square and darker.
No, not like that. But yeah, and basically, voices got so loud that, it was hard to ignore. And then the money behind it. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Let's be real here. There's probably so many people who bought HBO Max.
For the Snyder Cut?
Yeah, to watch this. I mean, yeah.
That's so weird to me.
Yeah. So that's basically it. I'm fast forwarding through a lot of it, but yeah, there's been some stuff happening. But that's basically broad strokes the story.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's get into it. Let's talk about the first one. The first theatrical
Okay.
cut.
So, again, we provided the context that Joe and I spent 6 hours and some odd minutes straight.
Yeah.
Just watching these movies.
Watching them.
We led with the original theatrical cut.
Yeah.
Which is how long? Like 2 hours on the dot almost?
No.
It was pretty clean on like 2 hours on the money. Yeah, it was like 2 hours on the dot.
2 hours on the dot. Same thing with the Snyder Cut.
Snyder Cut was 4 hours on the dot.
Yeah, it's pretty weird. Villain, Darkseid.
That's really weird.
Villain, Darkseid.
That's really weird that it says that.
Yeah.
So in Justice League, the theatrical cut,
the Whedon version,
the 2018.
Yeah.
The Wheaton version. It was brighter.
Definitely brighter.
There was more lights were used.
Yeah.
Or something. The color grading, they used more color, and there was more quips.
There was like, I was gonna have a quip counter, but then I realized we'd be there all day.
Yeah. So there was a lot of quips, a lot of one-liners.
Yeah, a lot of one.
There was at least 1 or 2 per scene.
Yeah, and it's every single character.
Yeah, Batman quips.
Wonder Woman had a couple quips.
Did she have a couple quips? She did.
I mean, yeah. Alfred had a lot of quips.
Alfred, the Flash, he's all quips. Aquaman had a bunch of quips too.
Yeah, he did have a lot. Cyborg had a 1 or 2.
Yeah, but like some that were like, why?
Yeah.
He's sad. Why is he quipping?
Even Steppenwolf
had quips.
Yeah. Why does everybody mention their dying family?
I get it. He doesn't say that, but yeah, he's like the dying family.
Yeah, the quips galore.
And so the reason also why I think it was good to watch them back to back is we know exactly what was different.
Yeah.
From the Snyder cut to the theatrical.
Down to the dialogue.
Yeah, because me and Joe would literally be watching the Snyder cut version and being like, they cut out the scene about the brunch.
Yeah.
They cut out the line about brunch.
Yeah. Well, see, it's kind of weird when you're talking about it now, because is it that brunch scene isn't, because technically the Snyder thing, that's the first cut. This was all that photography and production was done first.
Mm-hmm.
So they went in and added the brunch stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's weird. It's weird when you're talking
like
about
all of that was the same take, but like that was the whole take from the Wheaton version.
Yeah.
Was the brunch? And he's like, I don't like that. It's like brunch. You know, brunch is weird.
Yeah.
That's what the Flash is talking about.
I think those are reshoots.
Being weird and quirky.
I think they brought back in Ben Affleck, who was going through fucking personal hell.
Yeah.
And they went, we want all of you back, and we need you to redo these scenes.
It's insane.
That's crazy.
And so,
obviously, that's not going to lead to a good movie. Let's just say this right off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
Not a good movie.
The first one?
Yeah.
It wasn't good.
Wasn't good.
No.
It's too many. There's no character development. There's nothing there.
No, and it happens really fast at some parts, and then other parts is like, what's happening?
Yeah.
Like,
explain this to me, please. Like, and then they never do. And then there's somewhere I'm like, stop
explaining this to me. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where they're focusing on the wrong things. You know?
It felt like a scene to scene. There was like no context for most things.
Yeah.
It was like Wonder Woman shows up and she knows everything about
that.
The whatever's going on.
Can we spoil? See, it's kind of weird because it's the same story for both of them.
It is, but there's like stuff in the Snyder cut that's different.
Yeah.
Just this is gonna be spoiler heavy.
Yeah.
So for Snyder cut stuff.
Yeah, I don't feel like trying to jump around and
no, because there's gonna be a lot that we're gonna be bouncing between.
And you should watch these movies anyways. So I feel like if you're watching this and you haven't seen Justice League or the Snyder cut, press pause. Go watch the Snyder cut.
Don't do that.
Watch it. I think watch it. If you're here, you gotta have the context.
Hold on. Also, I would say if you're like me and you necessarily don't want to watch certain movies, but you still want to know what they're about, I think this is good for that. Because I do that a lot too, where I don't want to see a movie, but I still want to know what it's about. Like I want the condensed version of it. So I think that would be like the. What's wrong?
Nothing.
Okay. Looking at your arm all weird.
Yeah.
Nothing. But yeah, if you're gonna I think one of the good things is we're gonna be spoiling, but I think there are people that just want things spoiled because they're not gonna watch it in the first place. They're just gonna be like, tell me what this is about. I want to know.
Yeah.
So, if you're one of those people, stick around.
Yeah, just watch it.
Listen to it.
I mean, whatever you do for this.
You can't watch this. Just listen.
Well, what if they just put their phone up and they just watch the
thumbnail? Oh, watch the thumbnail and then the line go?
Yeah.
Sad life to live.
That's a very sad life to live. But yeah. So, not a good movie. The first one. And I would... No, I'll say that for later.
Okay.
I'll say that. I'm going to say that for later.
All right. There was a lot more comedy in the Wheaton version. More lighthearted comedy in it.
I would say downright annoying comedy. I got really annoyed by the Flash.
You really hated the Flash in the Wheaton version.
To the point that it carried over to the Snyder cut.
Yeah, but you said when we were watching the Snyder cut, you're like, it's a little bit better.
Yeah, it was less annoying in the Snyder cut.
Because he doesn't talk about brunch and how quirky he is or whatever.
There's one thing I hate. It's making characters quirky and weird just for the sake of making them quirky and weird. Yeah. It's like, I'm a little different. I don't have friends. I don't really know how to talk to girls.
I'm hard talking to people.
Yeah.
And then he says the line, I think this was also still in the Snyder version. I'm not sure, but he was like, people are just a little too slow for me.
Yeah.
Or something. He said that.
We get it. You move fast.
Yeah.
We get it.
He only wears red.
Yeah. All of them always only wear their colors.
Yeah. They have their own color palettes that they've chosen. They know.
Yeah. They're like, I'm
Batman only wears black.
Yeah.
Or dark blue.
Yeah. Wonder Woman wears whatever.
She does.
Yeah.
She's got style. She's a model. She has to.
Yeah. Wait, is she? You mean the actress in real
Gal
life?
Gadot.
Oh.
She picked.
I was gonna say, and Aquaman just wears top hats and scarves with no and sports jackets with no shirts underneath.
Also, he's just mostly naked.
Yeah.
He's naked a lot.
I'm not complaining.
Not like weighing out, but like titties out.
Like pecs out.
Yeah, his tits are out a lot.
Yeah. Takes his shirt off a lot. Well, I mean, he's in the water a lot.
He's like, I don't want to get my shirt wet.
Yeah.
And then for most of the rest of the movie, he has his like water armor.
Yeah.
His
that he just has
Atlantean armor.
Yeah, that he just has in this movie.
Yeah, that they didn't really
They brushed over that. They're
Yeah.
like, look, we gotta go. We gotta get to that finale. Let's
Yeah.
go. Let's go. We gotta assemble you guys. We gotta bring them back.
They introduced, I think, like Cyborg and the Flash into the team, like not like for a grand total of, but like, Flash was there. He was introduced and brought into the team in like 5 minutes, 10 minutes maybe.
There was some
Cyborg,
pushback.
same.
There was some pushback with Cyborg. He's like, I don't want to do it.
And then the next scene he's like
5 minutes later, he's like, I'm
like,
in.
I'm on the roof at the bat signal.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody.
They took my dad.
My dad.
I'm in.
Yeah.
They took my dad.
And it was literally like scene to scene.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, cool. There was no
drama.
No drama.
No drama. But man, the finale. Yeah.
Those movies ended good.
Yeah.
Well, we'll talk about the other thing later, but
they.
Oh no! With the Superman resurrection scene.
Yeah. Well,
that was sick.
Hold on, let's do it beat by beat. So the first time they fight Steppenwolf as quote unquote a team, where it's the 4 of them and they have to rescue the hostages.
Got it. Yeah. That was good. Well, kind of. I didn't mind it too bad because there's that one Flash scene that was fucking amazing.
That's in Snyder Cut.
Fuck. Never mind.
Yeah, I know the one you're talking about.
They blend together, but yeah.
Yeah, because it's the same action.
Yeah, but it's just like added on.
Yeah.
But okay.
But yeah, hold on.
There was a line that Batman had that you liked. Or it was like, if you don't know what to do, just save somebody.
Yeah, and then when you still don't know what to do, save someone else.
Yeah.
Just do that.
Save one person.
That's it. That's the mentor character.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And he did it good.
And then he did save people.
He saved all of them, I think.
Yeah, he got all of them out. And then
breaks his ankle.
Kind of. The thing should break. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I'm not gonna dwell on that.
Yeah.
Because sometimes the ground breaks around him. Sometimes it doesn't.
So this is the thing that makes me laugh. Right? Is that like sometimes these movies stick to realism, and then sometimes they go way off the handlebars.
Yeah.
If the Flash was running on on a wall.
Yeah.
And running as fast as he is on the wall would break. Because he's moving like I don't know, like however many thousands of miles an hour.
Yeah.
With the power of his feet.
Yeah.
Put a hole right through that wall.
Yeah.
How'd he break his foot on a stair?
Yeah.
A stone stair.
And that's in both versions.
It's in both versions.
Don't give me that bullshit where it's like...
It looks like he rolled his ankle is what happened more, but they put a lot of emphasis on it.
I want to get our friend, I don't want to mention him by name, but I want to get our friend who runs a lot to critique the Flash's running technique.
It looks gross.
Because he does this shit.
He puts his hand like way over his face. It looks like he's dabbing.
Yeah. And then it's like he's
switching
swatting the air out.
Yeah. He's like grabbing the air and like pulling.
That, what's that Brazilian bullshit?
Capoeira.
Yeah.
He's doing capoeira while he runs.
He's capoeira running. He's just like...
For all we know, that's the most efficient way to run. The Flash solved it.
I mean, he's the fastest. He's the fastest guy, so therefore, whatever technique he does.
That's the fastest technique.
That's the fastest technique. Yeah.
That's how you access the Speed Force.
Yeah, you got a capoeira run.
Yeah.
Yeah. So to all of you who want to be speedsters out there, capoeira run. I want to see that.
Look up capoeira.
Yeah.
And then do that while you run.
Yeah.
And you've learned.
And there you go. Your speed.
So
every time
when you're about to get ready to run, crouch down really low, put your like nose into like the crook of your elbow.
Yeah.
And then open your hand completely open, and then throw your other arm back like you're an anime character.
Yeah.
And then sprint. And then sprint.
Yeah.
And then
swat the air out.
It looks like he's grabbing the air as he's running.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
Yeah. And then there's also sometimes where he does this pose. Kind of weird. I don't think I could do it, but
okay, Joe's gonna try and do the pose.
Yeah. It's like
oh, he's like a shinobi.
Yeah. He's
like leaning onto like one leg.
Yeah.
Like with his other leg fully extended.
Yeah. Or no, it's like this, and then he has that pose.
Got it. Yeah. He does do that.
It's like in Looney Tunes when they're about to run, they do the.
Oh, when they're prepping to run and they throw their arms to the side and they go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that run?
That's how you access the Speed Force.
It's so weird, man.
It's the Speed Force, man.
Yeah. But yeah. So basically it's the movie follows the same story beats. It's
except
introduce the team.
Yeah.
All of them. Get them together. First hostage mission and then they fail.
Mm-hmm.
Because Steppenwolf gets away.
Yeah.
Find out they have to bring back a character, Superman.
Yeah.
fail with that because Superman goes crazy.
He's like, I don't remember what I am. What?
I died. What the fuck?
And then they're like, Lois Lane's here. And then he's like, oh, Lois Lane, I'm going to Kansas.
Yeah.
With her.
Yeah. They do that. They fail. And then they go into the finale, which is the final battle.
Yes.
And then Superman saves the day in both versions.
In a really cool way.
Yes. In both versions, it's really cool.
Yes, because it's different the way he comes back in both, I think.
How he comes back is the same, but how he saves them, it's different.
Yeah, because there was like the this thing, but what was the other one where like he just... It doesn't do the this thing twice, right?
What?
When Steppenwolf doing
No.
He doesn't do that in both times. He only did that in the Snyder.
No, in the one version, he was about to do something to Cyborg, and then he goes, actually, I think I would like some. Oh, no. He's all like, I'm a big fan of truth.
That's what it was.
I'm also a pretty big fan of justice.
And then
yeah, and then you hear the dun, 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 dun,
dun, dun,
why do you do the dun, 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 dun? It's just dun,
no,
dun,
it's
dun,
dun, dun, dun.
It's just that, and then he started beating the shit out of stuff.
Da, 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 Superman.
Alright, that's enough. That's enough. That's enough.
But yeah, he comes in.
Yeah. So that's the same story beats for both movies.
Yeah.
And don't tell me any different.
Oh, the intercut title cards in the Snyder cut.
We'll get to that.
Them hurt my soul.
We're still in.
I know.
We'll get to that.
I know.
Don't. Right now, I want to hammer in the fact that it's the same story beats.
Yeah.
It's not like gonna change the way that story plays out any different. It's there's more context to scenes and stuff like that.
Too much sometimes.
I would say sometimes you can cut there, Mr. Snyder.
Yeah.
You don't need. What's he doing?
Can we get the Snyder cut?
Yeah. That's what we should do. Look at the Snyder cut
and then cut out the extra bits.
Cut a version of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Snyder cut.
We could do that.
We could do that. Make it like a 2-hour movie. A lot of people do that.
Yeah.
Where they go like in. There's someone who did like a one movie for the Hobbit cut. Mm-hmm. There's someone who like.
Was it better?
Well, it was one movie.
Yeah.
So it was probably better.
My hand.
Yeah.
Retaliation.
So Joss Whedon. I think this movie was so bad. Like people went, we don't want you no more for things.
Yeah.
And then turns out he was kind of a jerk. So.
Yeah. So the scene that you told me that was weird, because I found it funny because I didn't know the underlying connotations with anything.
Yeah.
I just thought it was really funny because like the Flash is like a really like worrisome dude.
Yeah.
And like kind of awkward, and so the scene where he falls, and then him and Wonder Woman tumble, and he's on her, like on top of her for one frame. And then flicks back up, and then standing, he uses super speed to get up like nothing happened. He's like,
yeah.
Before anyone noticed, I thought that was funny because it was literally like a flash frame of him on her and then up immediately, standing up like, But then Joe was like, "No, Joss Whedon's weird."
Yeah, he's
I was like,
weirdo.
"Oh, damn it!"
So yeah, I don't know. It's not a. I'm sure when I watched it the first time, I thought it was funny too, but like, it's not funny when you know the type of guy he is.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But then there's also the Aquaman scene, the funny one.
Oh, I did like that scene a lot.
It's so funny.
Hold on, let's do it story beats. So
I thought we just did that.
No, like do it by story beats.
Oh, well, we just did the Steppenwolf one.
No, hold on. It's kind of weird. This movie's weird. That shit to me. Where my mind just vacates itself every now and then.
But if we're going story beats, so we talked about the first time with the Steppenwolf.
Yeah.
We talked about that. What would be the next one?
The next one would be, they realize they can't beat him.
Okay.
They're like, should we bring back Superman?
Okay.
And then they go, no. And then immediately they all get convinced. They're like, okay, maybe, yeah, you can do it.
Okay. Yeah, because the only one that's like against it is Wonder Woman.
And Aquaman.
Was Aquaman against it?
Yeah.
Oh, he was?
He's like, when you die, you lose something.
Oh, yeah, he's right. It's like...
Don't do it.
Yeah.
But then everybody else just goes,
no,
we're going to do it anyway.
We're going to do it. And then it's like, all right.
Yeah. And then there's a scene where they're digging up Superman's grave.
Yeah.
Which in this version is more cruel, quote unquote. Because it's just Flash and Cyborg doing it.
Yeah.
They're just there. And then
and they're quipping while they're doing it.
Yeah, they're quipping. But then there's also the weird where he tries to
fist bump him.
Fist bump. And then he goes,
sorry.
It's racially charged.
It's racially charged.
What is that, man?
I don't know. Joss Whedon.
I don't know what that is. I was like, I'm like the fist bump is racially charged.
Who wrote the script?
Who wrote the script? You can see that right here. You cannot see that right there.
No.
Usually there's a written by there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think.
Story by Chris Terrio, Zack Snyder, Will Beal, Chris Terrio, Danny Terrio.
So I mean, for all we know, Zack Snyder could have written that.
No, I think it's too quippy. It's too quippy for it to be.
That's true.
Snyder. I think that was a.
He doesn't know comedy.
Sometimes. See, he knows unintentional comedy.
Yeah.
Sometimes things come out goofy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought she was with you.
I thought she was with you.
She with you. I thought she was with you.
What's that?
Batman vs Superman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's the only funny scene I can think of.
Yeah.
Yeah. They dig him up, and then they go to the ship. They go to the Kryptonian ship to bring him back.
Yeah, in the middle of the city.
Yeah, and then they all go, hey, are we sure we want to do this? And they get Flash to charge up. And
but let's yeah, so I mean, so in this version, what happens is
he just charges it up.
He's like, all right, I'm gonna go to the exact opposite end of the ship, as far back as I can go. I'm just gonna fucking run as fast as I can, and I can build a charge.
Yeah.
And then okay, and they go 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, and then they just do it.
And then a cube falls.
Yeah, and then he touches it, and then
running it like super fast, and then it shocks with lightning, and then it goes pew.
Yeah.
And then water explodes, and then Superman's back.
Yeah. And he's back. He's back, baby.
But he's oh, is it really Superman?
He is. He's just confused because he died.
Yeah. Well, what's funny is it seemed like he didn't know who he was.
Yeah. Well,
or who anyone was.
I guess if you want to break down the logic of it, right? It's like he's basically just been kickstarted.
Yeah.
Like he's been jump started, and he's just like, what happened? The last thing what's literally happening right now?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he just goes, well, I feel like going here, and then he goes to the memorial, sees his face on the ground, and goes, God, that's me. That's my face. And then they all come out and they do the hero pose to him.
Yeah, they're all looking at him.
They're all scared of. Well, Aquaman's super scared of him.
So I don't think that, but that doesn't make sense because when he sees Batman, he doesn't know who that is at first. He's just like, I know you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kill you.
Well, I don't know what the.
I think it was just like, he's a shell of what he was. Like he doesn't have like all of his memories together.
Yeah, and
then Wonder Woman just goes Kal-El.
Yeah, that was a weird ADR.
There was a weird ADR that they did where
Kal-El left on the Krypton.
Yeah, it sounded really broken.
Yeah, and
like Kal-El.
Yeah, it was.
They
so
fixed
weird.
it in the Snyder cut.
Well, or that's the original way. That's the way.
Who knows?
Yeah, however it's.
Oh, Joss Whedon didn't use the original audio on the Kal-El. Yeah. He was like, Gal, Mr. Godot, can you say Kal-El?
Yeah. Kal-El left on the Krypton.
She sounds broken.
Yeah, it sounds so weird.
It was muffled.
Yeah. But yeah, she says that, and then I think he remembers being Kal-El.
Yeah.
Which is being Superman. But he doesn't remember Clark Kent. And that's the important part of
and then Lois Lane comes.
Yeah, and then remember that.
And she
yeah, and then Superman almost kills Batman.
He dies.
Yeah. And then he goes, is that broken? Am I bleeding inside? Oh, I'm bleeding inside.
Yeah. And in this one, Superman is talking.
He does talk.
He's like, I remember you. Yeah. Do you bleed?
Oh, dude, that scene with fucking Flash still haunts me.
Yeah, when the Flash is running.
They're all like holding him down, and Flash is trying to like run around him, and you just see the eyes
following him.
Yeah.
It was very cool.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
Imagine, as far as you knew, like, you're the Flash, and as far as you knew, you were the fastest thing in the world.
No one has ever kept up with you.
Yeah.
Can keep up with you.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, the most powerful being in the universe can match your speed and knows where you are.
Yeah, and is looking at you and is like, you are what I'm gonna hit now.
It would be. I said it would be scarier if like you started seeing the heat vision form up.
Yeah, that would be kind of sick.
It's like they're faster than the vision.
Yeah,
it's a whole thing.
I think they would both travel faster than the beam would travel.
Yeah.
Which is weird, because imagine Superman firing his eye beams and then running into him on accident.
That means we'd probably get a scene. No, we're never going to get the scene now, but like he's firing from one, super travels to another one, fires another beam, and it's like 10 different beams firing at once.
That sounds sick.
You get what I'm saying? Make me Superman director. Yeah. Yeah. And it just like
that would be, and it all happens at once.
And like it bisects a robot or something.
That'd be so cool.
Yeah, make me a Superman director. Hey, I have an idea. All right,
give it.
I have a trilogy idea. It's perfect.
I can incorporate Star Wars. It's like twirling your mustache.
Yeah, and doing the crab pincers things.
Yeah. And then that was kind of a cool scene.
Yeah, it was a real. Then he tries to open hand.
He tries to fucking
swat the Flash out of the.
You don't watch these things, but there's the slapping tournaments.
I've seen
the Russian slapping tournaments.
I've seen YouTube
So
videos.
there's a guy named oh god, he's like a farmer and he's the best slapper, right?
Yeah.
And you know Logan Paul?
Yeah.
As much shit as that guy gets,
yeah,
and it's not great of a person he is, that guy can slap. Because he was gonna get into it. Yeah. Vasily Kamadsky is the Russian guy.
Got it.
He was gonna go into a tournament against Vasily Kamadsky, this huge fucking like 400-pound dude that's just the fucking Terminator of slapping.
Yeah.
And his Logan Paul's slap form is what Superman almost does to to the Flash,
which basically turns his entire body to the slap
with a fully extended hand and just bam
tries to swat him like a fly.
Yeah. And he ducks it, though. He ducks it.
He does duck it.
Would have taken his fucking head off.
A blood mist.
Yeah, he would have been goo.
Yeah.
That's that scene, though. It's pretty good.
That was a pretty good scene. But yeah, Lois Lane's the key to saving him.
Yeah. And then they...
Yeah, because love is a powerful emotion.
Yeah.
Some gay shit like that. I don't know.
Don't say that.
Don't say that?
Don't say that. That's rude.
That's rude. It's rude, apparently. I thought we were men.
Stop that.
But
the slap, he ducks the slap, and then
Lois Lane comes back.
Lois Lane comes because Batman planned for it in this one, and then they go to Kansas.
They go to Kansas.
Superman and Lois Lane go to Kansas.
Yeah,
he flies her there.
He flies her there, and she tries to like basically be like, "Your name's Clark Kent. You're this and that. This is who you are."
Yeah, he's wearing a red flannel.
Yeah,
you got that some duck butt.
Yeah. And then like he's like, go walk through the cornfield. You'll know.
Yeah. And go look at the Kansas corn. You like corn.
Like he grew up in a cornfield, so he's like, oh, this is Kansas corn.
Oh my god, the corn.
Oh, dude. Like he just starts getting all his high school memory back. He's like, oh, dude, you think fucking Will still's got that lifted truck? That thing was badass.
I wish that's how it went. It's just him standing at cornfield though, doing nothing.
Yeah.
And then Lois comes, and then he's like, I gotta go be Superman again.
Yeah. Well, does he say... No, hold on. What was...
I mean, it's not exactly what he says, but
No, it's not... There's something else that pushes him. No, it's that. I'm getting the Snyder cut.
He was like, I owe Batman.
Yeah.
He saved me.
Yeah.
Now, so he's like, I gotta go to help him.
Yeah, he's like, I kind of like being alive.
Yeah. And then he goes, zooms off.
And then the finale.
Yeah.
Which is... I don't like all of the finale. I like the characters in them. I don't necessarily think... It's the same old things we've ever seen.
Yeah.
It's, laser in the sky and they gotta take down the thing.
Yeah. Giant laser, big explosion gonna happen.
Yeah. You gotta stop that from happening.
Did this one have the Superman flying the building away?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like the Flash saves the one truck.
Yeah, and this one, there's a Russian family throughout the movie that we've been seeing.
And they're like in the town that Steppenwolf has been converting into the new planet that it's gonna be.
It's weird. I don't know what the rule is anymore.
I don't know. It's like a giant
where the epicenter of whatever is gonna happen happens.
There's like a giant crystalline dome forming in this Russian town.
It's plant based. It's like roots.
But like they're made of stone and crystal.
Yeah.
Because like remember they were like fucking going up
and
through the ground.
They look like tree roots.
They look like tree roots. Yeah.
Yeah, and it also looked like a big tree. It
did. But then like the in between bits was like a
red field.
Yeah, blue in this one. Blue field.
No,
blue,
it was
purple
red.
field.
It was red.
Hold on, because I think we mentioned this when we were watching it. Steppenwolf Fortress is probably a...
Yeah, he mentions it by fortress.
Images.
Give me the thing. Give me the thing.
Let me look up Justice League Dome. Steppenwolf Dome.
Yeah, look that up. But yeah, they're at that dome thing, and they basically have to just cut through it and.
Honestly, we could just pull up the movie.
Yeah. Do that.
But yeah, the Flash saves that family.
Yeah.
The Russian family that's been shown the entire time constantly.
Yeah, like almost like every.
We watched it on yours. Oops.
Almost like they're almost like the central characters. Because they're the characters that come out the most.
Oh, the family?
Yeah, they recur a lot.
Yeah, the Russian family.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny. I don't know why I said it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
There's just the one scene where the little girl grabs bug spray.
There's no payoff to the bug spray scene.
There's no payoff to bug spray.
Yeah, they look like bugs, so the little girl grabs a bug spray and
can thing.
Yeah, and it looks like she wants to spray one down.
Mm-hmm.
But then they never show her spraying it.
Yeah, and so
it would have been a funny scene.
Yeah.
If there was someone who if she sprayed it to someone, and then that creature gets knocked off or dies or whatever, and it turns out it wasn't because of the bug spray, it was because Superman came in and swatted
it away or something.
And then, but he turns around and gives her a wink.
Yeah, or something
like that.
That would have had that's that has a character to it,
Yeah, that has a payoff to it.
Yeah, payoff, and that gives the movie some character and some charm,
some heart.
Yeah, but it didn't do that. So if we look at this and if we go to the end, we can Kong ads now.
Yeah, see, it's red.
The sky is red, but I think the dome is blue. Remember, the field is blue. That's I remember when I mentioned it. I was like, why is? I was like, it's red now. Look, see, it's blue in this.
But why is the sky red?
It's because the planet's being turned into the thing.
That's not the story in this one.
Is it not? No, it is.
Is it because it's sunrise?
I don't know. It's the entire sky is red, but this big giant tree bubble crystal dome is blue.
Yeah.
Like energy.
Yeah. It almost looks like a heart.
Kind of. The aorta.
God, I hope this
Aorta. Oh yeah, here's the quipping between them two.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot more quipping and
all that stuff.
Overall jazz.
I would say it's kind of like they took this version, Zack Snyder's version of the script, and went, let's make this all friendly now.
I think that they were making it viewer friendly, for the casual viewer, because it's who the fuck wants to listen to? There were parts of the movie where I was like, these characters have been talking for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
About one thing.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman talking about the past.
There's other scenes like that.
Yeah, and
at least the past is to give context
to everything, but it goes on for so long.
Yeah. But I think it's kind of like trying to guess what audiences want, and being like, we're giving you what we think you want.
Yeah.
And that's kind of not how you do things, man. There's no you gotta have a voice. This is kind of just voiceless.
Yeah.
It lacks soul. And I think the best parts of this movie are the last 30 minutes of it, where it's Superman being a version of Superman that's likable.
Yeah, he was likable in this version. He was Superman.
Yeah, he was what Superman should have been from the beginning.
Yeah, and he does the cold breath in this one.
Yeah, the freeze breath. He does that in both versions.
He does.
So that means he had freeze breath from the beginning.
He does.
That means he could freeze breath Zod's face.
And shattered it.
Yeah.
Crushed his head.
Yeah.
Instead, he just snaps his neck.
Cold-blooded murder.
Yeah. With the ice breath, it would have been really cold blood.
Yeah, literally. It would have been like Sub-Zero.
Look at that. It freezes the icicle blood and stabs him.
We talk about that every week.
I love it. It's cool.
It's the greatest. It's fucking cool shit.
We'll watch that later again.
Yeah. There's no soul in this movie. No heart.
No, it's very... The only charismatic parts are Aquaman sometimes. He's charismatic.
I think in both versions, he's the most charismatic out of everyone.
Yeah, because he's the only
one
that's
I think that's just
happy. Kind of.
Jason Momoa just oozing charisma.
Yeah.
He just oozes that shit.
Yeah, I think it's he's playing Aquaman the way he's I think this is what Aquaman should do.
Yeah.
And he's like, cause he goes Yahoo while he's fucking like jumping through the air, like
he's
surfing.
fucking, he surfs a parademon in both versions.
He does.
I am glad that's in both versions.
Yeah, and while he does, he's like Yahoo.
Yeah.
Like Mario.
Yeah, he's fucking having a blast.
Yeah.
And then he in both versions he says, "My man."
My man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like dressed like a bat. I dig it.
Yeah, he does say that in both. Also, I think.
No, I think in one of them he goes, "You really are crazy."
In the Snyder cut, he says that.
Yeah.
In the Wheaton version, he goes.
Oh, he goes, "You really are crazy. You really are crazy."
I dig it.
Yeah. No. He says, "Hell yeah."
Oh hell yeah! That's what
hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah, there's more heart in that, I guess. Like there's more charisma. The Wheaton version had a little bit more, like, it was more palatable because there was more like tension alleviating scenes, and like things that were like, it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Like that made me giggle. But
there's also a lot of, it has that to its detriment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Too much of that.
Yeah.
Especially with the Flash, where it's like almost every line he says
is just that.
It's just a joke. Like there's no severity coming from that character.
I don't think I don't think at all with the Flash in that movie there was anything wrong, like where he was like, maybe I need to be serious right now.
The one scene that he does is the one where he's scared. But even then, he's like, I'm scared of bugs and like really tall dudes and like all this stuff. I'm just like, keep the core of that. Don't add this extra shit.
Yeah.
I like the idea that he's scared because this is his first time being like a real superhero.
And he's facing against like a thing that's essentially
they're basing like a fucking alien invader.
Yeah.
Like
who's incredibly strong.
And has a big axe.
That's on fire all the time.
Yeah, all the time.
Even underwater.
Shooting lightning.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it's like every scene with the Flash has nothing in it.
Yeah.
And that's why I hate his character so much. I'm just like, stop it. Get out of there.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
I didn't mind him too much. The introduction of the character was kind of annoying. Like
K-pop blasting.
Yeah, Rick and Morty watching.
That's in both versions.
It is in both versions. I thought it was Naruto for some reason.
No, it's Rick and Morty.
Yeah, but it's him just like, it's pretty obnoxious and it's very like it feels like what's that show? Riverdale. He feels like he could be in Riverdale.
Yeah.
And it's like that doesn't fit.
Yeah.
This world.
No, it doesn't.
But then like there were other moments where like I felt like it was toned down at least a little bit. With Joe, I think the bad taste was still left in his mouth from the rest of it.
Yeah.
But I just overall he wasn't a great character.
Yeah. And then again, everybody quipping to its detriment. Batman
quipped.
There's a serious character, and then there's someone funny that bounces off of that serious character. You know?
Yeah. This
one, it's like they're all a little goofy.
Yeah, they all have quips.
Yeah.
So everyone can make a little joke here, make a little joke there.
I don't mind when Superman quips because that fits the character of Superman. He's supposed to be kind of like this, like hearty, chuckly guy, like a pure-hearted, oaky dude. Like when after they split up like the boxes, right? Him and Cyborg. There's one thing where they go, before that when they're splitting up, he goes, it should theoretically just split and then there'd be a boom. He's like, can we survive that? And he went, I hope so. And he goes, I kind of like being alive, so I hope so too.
Yeah.
And then they split up the boxes and then they're both laying on the ground.
After a giant explosion.
Yeah, and they're just like, and then Superman's all like, my toes hurt.
Yeah.
And then Cyborg goes, my toes hurt too, but like, I don't have toes. I don't get that.
Yeah.
And then they're both just laughing. They're bouncing. It's great. That's a great scene.
They're giggling.
Yeah, and then Wonder Woman, who's like, I guess supposed to be the serious one in this version, because, you know, Joss Whedon, women got to be serious, I guess. I don't know.
Is that Joss Whedon?
Yeah. Because in the other one, they're all serious. And this one, she's the only one who's the anchor? Yeah, I guess the most serious.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, I work with children. All of them are children.
Oh, she does say that. Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah.
She's also the oldest one.
Especially that one, the Flash.
Yeah.
Who's literally like a teenager.
Yeah. He's like, how old is he in the movie? Or supposed to be?
So, he looks 30 to me.
Oh, really? To me, he looks younger, maybe like 20s.
Mid 20s to late 20s.
Mm.
Going on 30. Like, he should definitely have a job by now.
But he doesn't.
He does not. He has 4 dead-end jobs.
Yeah, he does. But I think that end scene was decent in the Joss Whedon cut, the first one.
Yeah, where they're all hero posing and.
Yeah, and like I think that the it looked cool, and I was like, oh fuck yeah, they did like the thing where Superman breathes on the axe,
and then they all break it together.
And then Wonder Woman breaks the axe.
Yeah.
And then she juggles him to fucking Aquaman,
who pincers him.
Yeah. No, Snyder cut. He does in Snyder cut. He does the thing and then the end of the portal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well, they just make him. She breaks the axe, and then
they all start beating the shit out of him.
No. The parademons start eating him.
Oh, because he's scared.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they fly away into the boom tube.
Yeah. And then we never hear from him again.
Yeah, he's just screaming like a little
baby boy. In this version, there's no Darkseid.
There's no mention of Darkseid.
Yeah. Well, I think it's the implication is there.
I don't think for any average viewer they would know that's an implication. Yeah. I think everyone's just going, Steppenwolf. That's the main bad guy.
That's the main bad guy.
He's destroying.
Yeah. But yeah.
Like, and then in the Snyder cut, there's constant Darkseid talk. Yeah. Constant.
He's coming. All right, so that's it with the Whedon version, I think, right? That's it.
Yeah, I think so.
It wraps up differently. I think the characters are in different places at the end of this movie.
Does it? I thought they ended together because they like walk into the room and then he's like, what, 6 chairs?
That's the same.
Yeah, that is the same.
I'm trying to think of Cyborg and Flash's. The Flash's ending is the same.
He
Aquaman
gets a job.
Yeah. Aquaman's ending. What's Aquaman's ending? I think
They don't really show it.
Yeah, I guess.
No, they didn't show anyone's ending really. Except that all they showed was like Batman and Alfred
and Wonder Woman
go to that building.
Yeah. And
then we do see the Flash
and Superman and buying back his house.
Yes. Yeah. And then there's the quip that Batman says, and he's like,
I just bought the bank.
He's like, how'd you buy the house back? The bank bought it. And he's like, I bought the bank. He's like, it's kind of a problem I have.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
That and quips.
Yeah.
2 problems I have.
And so, yeah, that was
Yeah.
That was Joss Whedon.
That was the Joss Whedon one. Now let's go into... what time are we in?
We're at 47 minutes and 40 seconds. Look, there's added stuff to the Snyder cut. Yeah. I did a slow-mo counter.
Do you still have the counter on?
I do. I also mentally remember it. It was 23 minutes and 5 seconds of slow motion.
Yeah.
It was
and
the 10%. And I missed some.
Yeah.
So it's about 10% of that movie was slow-mo.
That's a lot of slow-mo.
It's a lot of slow-mo.
Yeah. So see, when someone told me there's a lot of slow-mo in it, I expected
more.
Way more. I think it's mostly just the Flash stuff that's slow-mo. Like, I think a huge chunk of it.
Yeah, well, it's because they added more Flash stuff also.
Yeah.
But, like, I think inherently...
more Cyborg stuff, more Flash stuff.
Yeah.
More Aquaman stuff, too.
Yes.
I think they were definitely building those 3 characters out more in this version than they did in the other one. Because in the other one, it's kind of just like... It's basically like, hey, you're joining my team. No, I'm not. Hey, you're joining my team. Okay. Hey, I'm joining your team. No, I'm not. And then 10 seconds later, yes, I am.
Yeah.
And then he goes, hey, I'm joining your team too. I said no in the beginning of the movie, but now I'm in.
Yay.
And now we're all in.
Yeah, and now we're a family.
Yeah.
It happened so fast.
Yeah. And this one, it's you get reasons why.
Yes. Yeah. And you get context to why people feel the way they do and like things of that nature where it's like why would Wonder Woman know all this? And it's like I assumed because I'm really good at just suspension of disbelief.
Well, that's my assumption too. Was she just knows the stories?
Because she's an Amazon.
Yeah, it's also like a pretty big story.
Yeah. And
there's also it's not like it's a secret. Also.
Yeah. But then she had the Snyder.
They have a whole platoon devoted to protecting the mother box.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like I just assumed she knew the story, but in the Snyder cut, they have to get invaded. Then they realize like, oh, we have to warn Wonder Woman.
And then they're like, get the fucking arrow of Artemis.
Light the arrow, chuck it at the Pantheon or whatever.
They fire it across the world.
Yeah.
And then it lands, and then
she
Wonder Woman sees it on TV. while painting a statue.
Yeah. Picks up the arrow, goes, oh, there's a secret compartment.
She uses the arrow as a key in this version.
Yeah.
And then...
opens a door.
And then she sees ancient Greek writing about Darkseid.
Yeah.
Where it's spelled wrong.
Yeah. It just says Darkseid there.
In Greek letters.
Yeah.
Even though they don't phonetically sound the way that they look.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah. But there's a Darkseid painting on a ceiling.
Like, it literally says Darkseid.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, cool. Thanks for that.
Nice. And then she gives the entire exposition to Batman about what Darkseid is.
Yeah. Okay, so right off the bat, I'm gonna tell you this: the thing I hate the most about this movie is that it's 20 minutes. Sometimes we mentioned that earlier, where there's 20 minutes of characters talking, but they're talking about nothing. Nothing.
Yeah.
There's
it's just like a waste of exposition.
It's letting the actors just talk in character and all that. Yeah. But I'm like, you're not saying anything that does anything to me. Yeah. Or makes me understand you more.
It's like the characters asking each other's questions and answering these questions that everyone already knows the answer to. Like the audience. Yeah. Like I think Aquaman and someone else was having a conversation. And everything that they were talking about, I was like, why does this matter? Yeah. I don't think any of this matters.
They were talking, it was, I think the one with Wonder Woman in the minivan. Because in the grave robbing scene, there's more of them in that scene. Yeah. Where they were just talking, and then the message of that scene is that they're the same. Like, their histories are the same. But we already can infer that their histories are the same because you show the fucking historical flashback, where it literally says Atlanteans, Amazonians, and humans. Yeah. All fought together. So obviously the same fucking history is shared.
I also think that, like, to the detriment of this movie, like, one of the main things that you learn in, like, filmmaking class and stuff like that is, like, show, don't tell. Yeah. Show why this information would happen and don't just say the information.
And this one, it's a lot of just saying that.
Yeah, they just say everything.
They say everything in this fucking movie. And I hate that shit.
Yeah.
To the point where I looked at Flash and I went, if you say a single line, I will...
He really had less lines. Yeah. He had a lot less lines.
There's severity to some of those lines.
Yes.
Which I did, like, we know why he's hesitant to go faster. Because if he goes faster, he starts unwinding time.
He starts going back and, like, time starts to reverse. Yeah. Which was really cool on the ship when they were reviving Superman.
Yeah. Because, like, the box had already dipped inside the water. Yeah. But he had reached that point where time started going backwards.
Yeah. So, the Flash started running, and he was a little bit late to, like, getting to the box. Because the box had already gone and dipped into the water. Yeah. And it was too late. But he kept, like, he was so fast. He was running near the speed of light or something. I don't know. I think faster than.
I think he says, when I go faster than light, weird stuff starts happening.
And then so that starts to happen. And so by the time he gets to that side of the ship that we see, the box is undoing itself, coming back out of the water, and, like, Superman's dad picture is coming out the water, and then he touches it. Yeah.
Okay, so let's do this.
Which is set up for later in the movie.
The Superman dad picture or
the slow, like, the reversing time thing?
Yeah. Let's do this story beat. So this movie opens the same as the other one does. Yes. With Batman trying to recruit Aquaman. Yes. Except he's more direct this time.
And there's more lines. Yeah. And they cut out funny.
Yeah. He doesn't do the dumb, so I hear you can talk to fish line.
Yeah, he does not say that at all.
Yeah. But yeah, it's basically the same. Aquaman goes, no, it's kind of like not my problem at all. Yeah. You know, it's just, and I think he also says, like, we owe it to Superman. He goes, I don't know him anything. I don't know him.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then there's also that weird scene where all the women start singing.
The entire village just starts singing as Aquaman leaves.
Yeah. And then a woman picks up, like, the shirt he took off and
sniffs it.
I'm like, looking at that, I'm like, wow. I'm really glad we got that.
Yeah, I'm glad that Snyder was like, we're not having that Russian family in this. That's a waste of...
Yeah. Let's have this entire village serenade Aquaman.
Yeah, for like 5 minutes.
Yeah. And then have her... on. We know he's hot.
Yeah, I get it.
We know people are attracted to him. Yeah. You don't have to show a woman picking up his shirt.
I think it was like, that was them, like, we idolize this, but, like, he's like a god to us.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you know, she sniffs it. It's weird.
It's weird, yeah.
I'm like, thank God.
They're singing some weird Icelandic song.
Yeah. By the way, my favorite caption in this whole movie is ancient lamentation music playing.
Yeah, they say that a lot in the captions.
Because there's a lot of ancient lamentation.
And I just kept saying lamination music.
Yeah. The lamentation of the women. That's from Conan.
Oh. Barbarian?
The Barbarian, not the comedian.
Oh. How about all this ancient lamentation music, huh?
It's like, I'm Irish, I know ancient lamentation. Whoa.
So what's the next story beat? The
terrorists.
Fighting
the terrorists. The old world terrorists. They're like down with the new world. The Wonder Woman opening.
Oh, I thought we were just gonna hit the same beats from the last one.
Nah, let's just expand it more.
This is gonna go so long, Joe.
It's fine.
That's
fine.
so
it's
much.
Fine.
Joe, we're at an hour
it's
right
fine.
now.
It's
no,
fine.
we can't
it's
Snyder
fine.
cut. No one's gonna listen.
No one's already listening.
We got some at least.
We do got some. It's fine. The terrorists are different. It's stupid terrorists. They're
like
down with the old world, but they use modern guns.
No, but they said that in the last one too.
No, I know.
They just added like a weird religious angle to it.
No. But like, it's still stupid because
it's still stupid.
They're like, we don't care about the new world, but they use like
modern guns,
radios.
He had a silenced pistol.
Yeah.
Has an earpiece.
A digital clock.
Yeah.
Couldn't even use like a timer one.
Yeah.
Why wasn't it dynamite?
Oh yeah.
You fucking idiot.
Dynamite. I haven't seen dynamite in a long time in a movie.
Yeah, like dynamite with like the No, I mean like the one where like they stick.
With the yeah. That was.
Yeah.
It's an old method.
Yeah, I'm just saying you like the old world so much.
Yeah, use it.
Fucking idiot. Yeah, and then obviously the main gist of the movie is Steppenwolf's gonna get the boxes.
Yes.
He needs the 3 boxes to activate the finale.
But the whole reasoning now is he's trying to like make up to Darkseid for something that he did by betraying Darkseid.
Yeah, which ironically they don't show.
They don't mention. We even made a joke about it. I was like, "Wait, why?" And you're like, "Don't worry. There's 3 hours left."
Yeah.
And then they never mention
it. See, now it's like I want to see that.
Yeah.
But you're not showing me that.
Please cut out the other shit.
Yeah.
But
what I hate a lot about this one is after Steppenwolf invades the Amazonians, they go, we need to light the arrow to warn Wonder Woman.
Warn humanity.
Yeah. No, to warn Wonder Woman specifically.
Oh, okay.
Warn Wonder Woman about what's going on. And then they cut away, and then like there's another set of scenes, and then they cut back to them lighting the arrow and shooting it. I'm like, we can put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah.
We know you don't.
There's a lot of intercuts going on. Like they bounce around a lot, which I think really extends the fuck out of this movie too.
8 parts to this thing.
8 parts. Yeah, there's 7 parts and an epilogue.
Yeah. I don't get the parts thing.
I don't either.
It's one story being told.
I think that's just his storytelling style. It's very like Tarantino-y, no? Like doesn't Tarantino do like the parts thing?
But no, it's not like that.
Doesn't he have a thing where it's like
he
part
has, like,
2?
Him is acts.
Oh, acts. Yeah.
He goes act 1, act 2, act 3, and he doesn't do that in all his movies.
Yeah.
You know. Mhm. But in this one, it's like I don't get the parts thing. Mhm. Because there's 8 of them, and I genuinely don't get
the number 8 isn't all that significant to anything. I don't think.
No. Well, the 7 parts. There's. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say there's 7 of them, but there's 6 of them.
There's 6 of them.
Oh wait, there is 7 because Martian Man. You can cut out the Martian Manhunter.
There's the Martian Manhunter scene.
As much
really
as
spat in the face of what was happening.
Yeah. As much as I love Martian Manhunter, you can cut him the fuck out of this movie.
Yeah.
And it would be the exact same movie.
Yeah.
Because what does he say in the end? He tells Lois, you gotta move on.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter because he's gonna come back like in the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, he does.
He comes back in the next in this movie, the next hour.
Yes.
But, and then at the end of the movie, it's him just going, hey, Bat, you think I could, join this Justice League? And then Batman just goes, sure.
Yeah, I mean,
Why not?
We need people, yeah.
It's 5 a.m.
He woke up, he got out of bed in a suit, or like in like a
pajama bottoms.
Pajama, yeah, and then he just goes...
Shirt and like pajama
And then he just goes, I'm gonna go make coffee.
Yeah. He's literally like, it's 5 a.m.
Yeah, Martian Manhunter flies away and he's like, I'm gonna make coffee.
It's 5 a.m.
Yeah, but it's weird, like how like awkwardly comedic that scene was.
Yeah,
because like the rest of the movie is not at all comedy in
Yeah.
any way. And it's lit so dark the whole movie.
Yeah.
And it's in this weird square ratio
Yeah.
that I thought was 4:3 the whole time, but it's just like what IMAX is, I guess.
Yeah.
It looked like shit. Because
Yeah.
like you can tell that they reframed a lot of the old shots from the Wheaton cut.
Or the primary cut.
Yeah.
Let's say the primary cut.
The Wheaton Prime. Justice Prime.
The prime cut.
The Prime cut.
Which is like when they initially shot this movie.
Yeah. And so those shots were reframed. And you can tell that they were reframed because they're cutting off things in the framing and it looks awkward. Like, in some of these shots, you get like split down the middle like someone's like face. Which normally when they're framing stuff, they don't do that shit because it looks weird.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh, well, we're putting it into this format, so let's crop in and move it on this. This is what we want to focus on.
Eventually I got used to it once I stopped thinking about it.
Yeah.
But like every now and then my brain would go, why is it in the square?
Yeah.
And I'd be like, well, fuck, it's in the square.
Well, yeah, and I'm assuming that's like when it really like shows that it was something. That's when it really shows that shit. Like, or when it shows that like it wasn't meant for that.
My eyes on the way.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So I'm just fucking like
I'm so.
It was really dark. It was so dark in that movie.
There was some scenes where I couldn't see what the fuck was going on.
Yeah, it was too dark. And okay, I'm gonna soapbox a little bit again.
Yeah, go for it.
I hate the fact that like comic book fans need to chill out.
Yeah.
It's too much.
Yeah.
Like the people that are saying that this movie is the best thing ever and it's what we deserved or whatever from the original cut, I think that they're just getting really excited that they mention things from the comic books. Anti-life, cool. The anti-life theorem or whatever.
Yeah.
And I don't know any of this shit, so I have to ask you because I don't know any of this stuff, and you're relatively well versed in comic books.
A little bit to clarify. I don't know. God damn.
Oh well. You're more so than I am. Like I would say you know more about the comic books than like an average person would.
Yeah.
But like you're not like hardcore diving in because sometimes I'll ask a
that.
question
and I don't
and
know
then
the answer.
you're like I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know the answer to it.
Yeah. So like there's like a thing and I'm just like
if it's surface level, I'll know what it is.
Yeah, and so I think in this movie the whole Darkseid is never on Earth.
No.
He is just shown in like a weird metal goopy lava molten thing that like
I think it's
like a telecommunicating.
I think they stick the mother boxes in uranium, like that thing,
and that
then,
pillar thing.
Yeah, that's like radiation thing.
Yeah,
and then that's what they use to communicate.
And so it's just him talking through that for like 10 minutes, no less, like 5 minutes or something, and then at the end of the movie. It's him. There's a boom tube.
A horizontal
boom tube.
Because sometimes it comes straight down.
Vertical. I don't know how. Joe doesn't know also.
I always thought boom tubes came in horizontally.
And they only do that.
Yeah. I didn't know. In this one, in both versions, they come down vertically. Except in the end when it came in horizontally.
Yeah, and it shows Granny Goodness,
Desaad and
Darkseid.
Yeah.
And then Joe starts going, I wonder if they got Big Boy Benny or something like that. What's his name?
Big Barda.
Yeah, that one.
A woman, yes. Big Boy Benny.
I don't know. You spat at me and I dodged it.
Yeah, I saw
that. You dodge it.
It was like you're like Wonder Woman.
I'm like the Flash.
No, Wonder Woman. She dodged that bullet.
At the beginning.
No, that guy was gonna miss anyway.
Yeah.
She just went.
She watched it.
Yeah. She's like, I want to see how badly this misses.
No, that was like the Flash, and I'm Superman watching it go past me.
It's like
his eyes moved real weird, like scary.
Yeah, like
in that moment,
like a horror movie monster. I love that.
I want to see like kind of like a horror movie, like Superman movie. That could be like, huh?
There was that Brightburn movie.
Brightburn? No, I know, but like I mean Superman.
I don't want to see that. I want to see a
I want to see like Dark Sun.
Red Sun.
I want to see Red Sun.
And he's not a bad guy necessarily in that.
He's Russian.
He's just a communist.
But I want to see like something where it's like a twisted version of Superman.
Brightburn.
Like, no, I don't want to watch Brightburn. I want to see Superman. I don't want to see fucking
Why do you
have
to see Superman?
Right. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I ruining your vision of Superman?
Yes.
Get over it.
I'm tired of all this bullshit with Superman. Where it's like, now it's almost immediately you have to make him evil.
Yeah.
All it takes to make him evil is lose one person.
I mean, yeah.
Not
That's all
his,
he's got.
not his fucking morals.
That's all he's got. That's what morals he got in this world. Nothing. His
Fucking-
dad's dad walked into a tornado. He was gonna go save him. He went, don't do that.
Yeah.
I gotta save the dog.
He could have saved the dog on his own. He didn't
could've.
have to be Superman for that.
Well, no, I think what the implication was, he would have to use like super speed or something to.
Yeah, but the dad went in after him.
Yeah.
He could have followed the
But then
dad
it would have
in.
been. But then it would have been Clark in there, and then he would have been fine, and people were like, huh? And then the issues.
In that point in the movie, he wanted to run away from home because he wasn't happy with just being a farmer's son. That would have been the perfect time to run away. Fucking idiots. Whatever. Look, I'm tired of this. This Superman hate going on.
So, where were we?
I don't fucking know. It's a 4-hour movie.
So
you can jump in anywhere.
So the boom tubes, that part, and the dark side.
Yeah. Someone answer that question for me. That's kind of important for me.
Dude, is there a thing where like they're only supposed to be horizontal?
Where they only come in horizontal, or can they come in any direction?
What a diagonal.
And they kind of like just like
fall out.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. Like it's just like a slide.
Yeah. Oh, like a curly one, like
Yeah.
a curly boom tube.
Whoa.
Yeah.
A silly tube.
Yeah.
Like
like a silly straw.
like a pool noodle.
Do you think that? It's so stupid. You think Darkseid drinks out of like little boom tube straws? He's like, this is how the new gods drink.
A little tiny mother box.
Yeah.
He goes.
Yeah.
He puts it like in his glass, like it's like an ice cube.
Yeah.
He puts it like in his glass of water.
Dude, imagine.
And then like it boom tubes it directly to his
Yeah.
mouth.
Yeah.
And like you're having a conversation with Darkseid, and you just see his cheeks start going.
Filling up. Yeah. Imagine how funny. This is like a kind of a side note, but imagine how much of like a slap or like a fucking like big dick move it would be, where it's like they show like this giant big god, like this is my mother box, and then there's like another thing comes in out of nowhere, and it's like, oh, that's what we use for stools. We sit on. Those are chairs. That'd be kind of funny.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, huh?
Yeah.
Give me a movie. Bring me Wheaton, Snyder, someone.
One of you. Yeah. Where were we in this?
We were at the.
Well,
Oh.
the characters are different. They're more fleshed out. I feel.
Yeah.
You know, I would make the argument a little too fleshed out.
Yeah.
You know.
And I was complaining about comic book fans and
Yeah.
how they get too uppity. I don't know. Is that the good word?
No, no.
Not uppity.
No.
No, up in arms. Up in arms.
That uppity has negative.
It does. Up in arms.
Yeah.
They get very like.
It's
As soon as you just give them the, you know, like when you show a child.
Yeah.
Like a funny like a picture.
Yeah.
And they go
Yeah.
ah.
See, and the thing is, it's kind of for me because I semi know comic books, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like when people get really like, it's like, oh, they mentioned the anti-life equation. It's like people who like barely understand the comics going, they mentioned the thing I know, therefore I have to get excited to prove I'm a real comic book fan.
Yeah.
You know, because I read the books.
Yeah.
I read them.
Mm-hmm. I did that.
But like, I feel like, because I watched this other podcast, should I plug them? They're kind of cool.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, The Weekly Planet. They're kind of like my inspiration.
The Weekly Planet.
Yeah, for this.
Not the
And
Daily?
No, because it's The Weekly Planet.
Yeah, I know.
But they're literally like diehard comic book fans.
Yeah.
And they're indifferent about all that shit. Like,
yeah, that's good.
Yeah, and it's because like it's like you don't need those things to make a good story.
Yeah, because once you start relying on that, then it's like sometimes it's a nod to like the like past material, and I get it, and it can be done in a good way.
Yeah.
But as soon as it just starts becoming, excuse me, anti-life, Desaad,
Granny Goodness,
oh,
anti-life,
Omega Beam.
Ryan Choi, did you get him?
Oh, did you see the Omega Beam? Did you see Omega Beam in the thing?
Marshmallow.
Oh. Also, by the way,
Hold on. Jim Gordon.
Who?
Commissioner Gordon.
Commissioner Gordon, got it.
But that was like a
J. Jonah Jameson?
That was like a undersalt.
Yeah. They cut him out in the Snyder cut mostly. He was in it, but
the
like
exact same amount of time.
Was he? Oh, he was in the roof. Oh yeah, they rearranged that.
Yeah, they
reshuffled.
It's more spaced out.
Yeah.
By the way, J.K. Simmons got super jacked for this movie, Justice League. I'm like, there's no reason you should.
Yeah, why'd he get jacked for it?
Look up a picture of J.K. Simmons jacked Justice League.
Is J.K. Simmons jacked now?
Well, I think he has leftover buff. Gets jacked. Look at that!
What the fuck? Dude, he's huge. Homeboy's got pythons.
Look at that.
He looks like Jesus, kinda.
Looks like
Moses.
Looks like a badass Moses.
Sorry. Smack Joe. He looks like a badass Moses.
Dude, I want him as Moses.
Yeah, but put him in a Moses movie.
Yeah. But you get what I'm saying? Like, why'd he get jacked?
Yeah, wait, no, he's fully clothed.
The entire time.
Yeah, you don't, in a trench coat, covering his whole body.
You don't see him get jacked.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. It's one of them weird things. I mean, maybe he just did it for his health. You know?
Yeah. Damn, he looks good, though.
Looks great. But yeah, so... the story beats are the same. It's the same story.
They are the same, except the reasons for the story beats change.
Yeah, it's basically the same thing. Introduce the mother boxes and the team.
66 years old
looks great.
Yeah,
older than my dad by like 5 years.
Older than my dad by a few years.
Nice.
Yeah.
Introduce the characters and the mother box.
Mm-hmm.
Try to get them to unite. That fails.
They try to fight Steppenwolf.
Fail.
They resurrect Superman. He go no, but this time Lois Lane coming wasn't planned.
Yeah, it was. She realized it.
Yeah.
Well, it was also in this version. She was moving on. She was finally moving. She's like, I can't dwell on you because you're dead, and I have to live my life because that's what Martian Manhunter told her to do.
But it was Martian Manhunter pretending to be Martha, the mom.
Yeah.
And it ruined the emotion of that scene because it was like, oh, is Martha really just like, are they really connecting like this?
Yeah.
And then
because it's such a great scene, and it's almost like a little. How would Martian Manhunter know that this was going on? You know? What I'm saying? Like it's almost like it's Martha going, you're the only one who really understands my pain. Yeah. Because nobody in this world, technically nobody knows that Clark Kent is Superman.
Yeah.
And she's like, that's my son that died that day. Yeah. And that's the man you love that died that day.
Yeah.
And so it hurts more for us because we have to see him. We have to see people grieving him. And we have to be stronger than that. Yeah. Because we have to rise above that. And then Martian Manhunter.
I'm Martian Manhunter now.
I hope you do better, Lois.
Yeah. And then he goes away, and then it's like, what was? Because then it's
he
like
didn't even fight in the finale.
Because then that's not that wasn't Martha that talked to Lois. It was just Martian Manhunter like
pretending to be Martha.
Lois is sad. See, let's make her happy.
There's so many scenes in this where I'm like, as a filmmaker, as a writer, I go, that is written so well. It's so emotionally beautiful. Yeah. It sucks that it's in this fucking movie.
Yeah, because it's like 2.5 hours deep.
Yeah.
And they have another hour and a half to go.
Yeah. And it's like, you know, people are going to remember the big action beats, but they're not going to remember these scenes. Yeah. You know? And it fucking blows. Because there was a great scene with them talking, Superman, in both versions, when Superman is talking to Lois and his mom in Kansas. Yeah. In both versions, that's amazing. Good scene. And tremendous. You know what I'm saying? It sucks that it's in these movies. Yeah. Because it's all like, and it also just makes me want another Superman movie. Because it's like, finally, the character's where he's supposed to be. He's Superman now. He is that.
Yeah, he's become what you wanted.
Yes. Give me him.
Give me that more.
Give me the property.
Oh, also, he's black suit in the new one.
I do like that.
In the Snyder cut. The black suit's cooler.
I love the black suit.
In this one, in the other one, it was a brighter suit.
Yeah.
Like bluer and redder.
I love that blue, that brighter suit.
Yeah.
But I like the black suit.
The black suits, I think. Yeah. It's more changed.
Someone also said that they were gonna give him a mullet because when he dies in the comic books, that's what happens. He dies, but like he grows out his hair and he gets like a black suit and he grows out a mullet. Yo. It looks cool.
A mullet?
It's like a '90s mullet, but like not like a mullet where it's like shaved on the sides and then that.
Oh, okay.
That's like Razor Ramon's hair. You know what I'm
saying? Got
it.
Okay.
Where it's like long hair and then it's just.
I was thinking like Achy Breaky Heart guy. What's his name?
Oh, like
Joey Cyrus. Something? Joey Cyrus? No.
I'm gonna let you spin.
Miley Cyrus.
No.
Billy Ray Cyrus.
There you go.
I almost said Bobby Cyrus.
You said Julie Cyrus.
I said Joey Cyrus.
There you go. That's what you said. I was like, what?
I don't know.
I was like, yeah, there's probably a Joey Cyrus.
I was thinking like a mullet like that.
Yeah, no.
Beach in the front, party in the back.
No. It's like a Razor Ramon type.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. I like the. I don't like the Snyder cut. I like the idea of it.
Yeah. I liked it more than I think the initial movie. I think maybe I liked them equally in the sense that I was able to watch the first one and not want to die.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't a super long movie. It just was kind of annoying.
Yeah.
But then the Snyder cut, it was a better film, but it was too long.
Yeah.
And I started to not like it because of that.
Yeah.
Like while we were watching, I was dying. Like my asthma was fighting me.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of stuff you can cut out of it.
Yeah.
There's 100% a lot of stuff you can cut out of it.
I think maybe the ultimate version of these movies
is the middle ground.
They combine a little bit where it has the good context and good story moments from Snyder Cut, but the charm-ishness
of the Whedon cut. Yeah.
Because this movie was just too doom and gloom. It was like a marathon.
Everyone was just gloomy and miserable.
And edgy.
Yeah.
And then the end with Joker.
I'm still confused with that.
I don't get it.
I'm still confused. Why does he need Joker there?
Yeah. What's the point of what does Joker do that no one else can for this situation? Yeah. Is his brain different from others so they can use him for something? Like is he unaffected by the mother boxes or something? Who will ever know, cuz who cares?
Yeah. We're never going to see that version ever again. No. You know what does suck? I hate that we're never going to see that Batman movie with Ben Affleck. Yeah. Because they teased that pretty good in this one.
Yeah.
Where they're all like, I can tell you the name of the Bat. Bruce Wayne. And then they celebrate and they're like, today's the day the Bat dies.
Yeah, and then it never happened. Yeah. It will not happen.
It would have been a great movie where it's like it's like a one night type of movie. Like, you know, it takes place in the course of one night.
That'd be cool.
And it's like Batman, like, out of his element, just trying to survive Deathstroke.
Oh, that'd be cool.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that would be a cool thing. And it sucks that we're never gonna see that.
Most dangerous game type of deal.
Yeah, some shit like that. You know, where he like ambushes Superman, not in Gotham, where he has like layers upon layers. Like he goes like, they go, Bruce Wayne is visiting Los Angeles today.
He'd probably get his identity outed at that point too.
Dude, it would have been great.
Yeah,
would have been great.
Isn't that what happens in Spider-Man at the end of one of them? Doesn't
the newest one?
Yeah, what happens in that?
Mysterio goes, Spider-Man is Peter Parker.
Got it. That's what it was. Yeah.
And then Peter goes, he does a Home Alone face.
Ah! Yeah. My parents got home.
Yeah, they're home. Okay. We should do our own cuts of this movie.
We should?
Like pan through and
like I'll do a cut and you'll do a cut?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why not?
Yeah.
We both have premiere
of the whole movie.
You know what?
How about
you can cut the Whedon version and add in Snyder scenes if you want.
Yeah.
And I can.
You can bring me the Joe version, Joe cut.
The Joe cut.
Yeah.
Where it's basically just 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's the last bit with Superman.
Yeah. Oh, and then the cool scene where they cut off fucking.
Dude, that scene was cool.
Yeah.
Where he.
Because oh my god. Okay, can we go through the whole like from beginning and end of that fight?
Yeah.
Fucking Superman comes in.
Yeah. Fucking wails on him.
Well, because Steppenwolf's about to drop the fucking axe on Cyborg as he's fucking hacking the mother box.
Yeah, and then he like do the chopping motion.
He's about to drop the axe, and then it just he doesn't catch it. It hits him in the shoulder.
Yeah, it does.
And it just goes ding.
Yeah, and then he goes.
And it does nothing to him.
And he goes like under his breath.
He doesn't do the cold breath really. Yeah. He just does the. And then
it freezes.
And then he punches it and breaks the axe.
Yeah. And then fucking Superman mounts him and just starts going
wailing on him.
Bam, lasers. Bam, bam, lasers.
Oh, we didn't even say the thing that happens with the
lasers,
Flash.
Bam, lasers. Oh, dude.
So the difference in the Snyder cut that happens,
there's more severity to what he says.
Yeah.
We know why he can't
go too fast
because he starts undoing time.
Yeah.
You know, and in this one. They fail. They straight up fail.
Yeah, the boxes combine. Cyborg got stalled too long from.
No, it was because Flash fell. Remember?
But even before that, he was hacking the thing.
Yeah.
And then he was trying to count down, and then Steppenwolf smacks him.
Oh yeah.
So that delayed him, and then Flash falls.
Yeah.
And then Cyborg's ready.
Yeah, and he loses the charge.
Yeah.
So then Flash has to build up the charge again, but not only build it enough, he has to go above that. He has to go beyond that.
Yeah.
So he starts completely undoing time.
He starts beelining it from the epicenter of the giant explosion.
Yeah.
And he starts beelining it towards the box, and he's going so fast that he's undoing the explosion of the Earth.
Yeah. And that's such a cool effect because you see, like,
the ground forming beneath his feet again.
Yeah. And then, like, they all got turned to goop. They
start
ungooping.
Yeah, they start turning back into human. Superman was goopified.
Yeah.
He got turned into mush.
Yeah.
And then the he makes it in time, and then the box is reformed, and then he touches it, and then
they split. Yeah.
And then they do the thing.
Yeah. Where they separate them again.
Yeah, and I think it was a cooler way to do that.
Yeah.
I think it doesn't have the charm from the other one.
No.
But I think it was more impactful.
This time.
Yeah.
Because they fail. We see the implications of them failing.
I think a perfect version of that would be
charm
and the impact. So the boom, the explosion, then they do the open,
and then it's them laying on the
ground.
Like
and then they quip a little, you know.
Yeah.
Let them quip a little. But no, in this one they don't. There's no fun or hullabaloo.
Okay, hold on.
What happened?
Maya's mad because I didn't respond.
Uh-oh, Joseph.
Huh?
Uh-oh.
Well, no, because she never...
Yeah.
Alright, you don't have to get into that.
She knows.
Yeah.
She knows.
There she is.
Oh, she's pink hair.
It
looks good. But yeah, that's the... I don't think the door's unlocked. I gotta do it.
Yeah. Yeah, so Superman's cool and all that stuff. And there's dogs barking and shit. Here's my idea. Here's my pitch idea for a Superman movie. A Superman movie where his powers aren't fully... No, we're still in it.
Oh, no, you stay.
You stay and you become a part of this.
Yeah.
No, I didn't want to. This is why I messaged you.
And that's why I messaged you just come in.
I should have waited another 30 minutes.
Because honestly, I was waiting for your car to pull up here.
Oh, there was actually space behind your car this time.
Yeah, so I was just
Nice.
like, when it pulls up there, we'll wrap it up. Mm-hmm. But then, like, I never saw your car there. So.
Did Joe park good?
Where?
Did he park good?
Oh, yeah, he did.
Nice.
I got a premium parking spot.
There we go.
Nice.
Have you seen the Snyder Cut?
No.
Are you gonna?
No.
It's 4 hours.
It's 4 hours.
Yeah.
We spent 6 hours watching the original and then Snyder Cut back to back.
Yeah, no.
We finished at like 3 a.m.
Ugh.
That's rough.
That's rough.
Yeah.
I'm still
That's
dead
really
inside.
rough.
Yeah.
We usually, like, when we're here at Arek's house, we usually leave at, like, 1 or 2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we went further.
It's rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've left here like at 5 in the morning sometimes.
Oh, that's true. I'm not part of the group yet.
So what do you give the Snyder Cut?
I give the original one a 6 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
And I give the Snyder Cut a 6 out of 10. For different reasons.
Can I give my opinion?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Based off the 4 hours, a solid 4 out of 10.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I think that's a reasonable rating to give it.
Yeah.
Anything that's over 30 minutes is a waste of my time. I'm just kidding.
K-dramas are longer than 30 minutes.
I know, each episode's like an hour.
An hour.
I'm gonna give it, the first one, a 5 out of 10.
Fair.
I would give it a 6, but the quips
It's too much.
do me under.
Yeah.
They do me under.
There's
I don't
too
like,
much. There's too much.
There's
Like
too much quips.
weird.
There's too much people being weird.
There's too much quirkiness.
Ezra Miller's in there, you know, being weird.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't even remember watching.
There you go.
Did you watch it though?
Yeah, I did.
It's just
There you
gone. It's out of your
Yeah.
brain now.
Yep.
And Snyder Cut, I'm gonna give it a 6.5. If it had more charm in it, I'd give it a 7. But yeah. What are you looking at?
Ezra Miller.
Look at him.
Ezra Miller's hot.
Choked out a woman.
That wasn't. That's the moment he stopped being hot. I watched that video too. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah. Arek was like, there's a crash pad under that.
I thought there was like a cushion under her.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a joke.
And I was like, nope, that's the curve, my friend.
Yep.
Not at all.
What is this? Why is he
Ezra
dressed
Miller.
like a meatball, like a fluffy cloud.
Like a goose.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know. He's a weird guy.
Yeah, he is.
well, I mean,
look at this one.
he's holding. That's weird.
I like that though. That was for the. I think that was for the Met Gala.
Well, everybody
No.
dresses weird at the Met Gala.
Yeah.
I know, that's why I was like, I like that.
Yeah.
Someone wore like a lamp or something. I don't know.
Someone wore like metal gloves.
Yeah. Thanos.
Yeah. Is that the show?
I think that's probably the show. What do you rate that
Oh, I said it like a 6.5. I would give it a 7.
for the Snyder?
Yeah, I'd give it a 7 if
If it was
charming in any way.
yeah, and shorter.
It's shorter. If it
was a good movie, I think.
I think there's a middle ground.
Yeah.
I remembered my final thing. I think nowadays being a director is not only trying to come up with a good story and good shots and all that stuff. It's also like knowing how to politic, knowing how backstage works. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have to understand that when you work for a studio, you're working for people's money that isn't yours.
Yeah.
So you can't get excessive with shit. You have to toe the line. You have to meet the middle ground. You have to sacrifice some things to make a better to get these things over here.
Yeah.
And I think this movie is kind of like what happens when you overindulge something.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it. That's the show. Maya, closing statements.
I agree with Joe, even though I haven't seen the movie.
Nice.
Or remember it.
Ark, closing statements.
I don't care.
I don't care either. You know what?
My asthma acted up during the movie.
Dog, I was dying.
That's
at the end
a
of the movie.
sign.
That's a
It was-
sign.
That's a sign.
The movie killed me.
There was a point where we broke, remember?
Yeah.
Like we just...
Well, you broke.
No, we both broke because you were laughing too. It was
Oh,
the
yeah.
Martian Manhunter scene.
Yeah, that was bad.
Where we just started laughing because it's so ridiculous and stupid.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
Well,
It's stupid. Okay, roll the fucking outro. I don't care anymore.
by Zack Snyder.
Usually I do like a roll the outro, and then you cut me off.
Yeah.
I don't care this time. Just roll the outro.
Roll
Roll
the
it.
outro.
Roll the outro.
Roll it.
Cue the outro.
Maya,
music.
say something funny.
Oh, it's not gonna come out funny when you pressure me like that.
It's funny. Be funny.
Special thanks to Glacier for the music. We will link his Bandcamp in the description below.